G'day guys, back at Frankenstein again this week. Only a little while today, but figured I'd do a bit of a walk around and where we're at with Frankenstein. Maybe answer some of the questions that popped up in the last video I made and posted about it. Which, by the way, the response to that video was incredible, and I'm a bit humbled about how much attention it's had. So anyway, I'll do my best to answer some of the questions and sort of show where we're at with Frankenstein. So we did the weight and balance, and it is 527 kilos empty and a little bit forward C of G, so just forward of the envelope, forward limit of the envelope. That's all right, because all I have to do is put a little bit of weight in the tail, and it's to bring it back into the sweet spot. It's got an aluminium propeller on at the moment, and I'd love to swap it out with Culver props, a wooden propeller or something like that. That'd be pretty cool, I reckon. So that'll help a little bit. So just a few things there we can play around with. I've even thought about making a toolbox and fitting it to the tail, inside the tail cone there somewhere. That'll make it a usable weight then, I suppose. So yeah, we've got a few little things to fiddle around with there, but it'll come in sweet.
It's 35'6" from that wingtip to that wingtip. It's 8'9" from the outside of that tyre to the outside of that tyre, and just over 8 feet from there to the top of the wing. 24 feet from the propeller to the back of the rudder, and just over 17 feet from tyre to tyre. She's a big bird.
This is the first time I've had both wings on and all of the flight controls on at the same time during the entire build. We've never had room to do that. So, of course, I've learnt a few things that I'd forgotten or not done correctly. So one of the major ones was I put a 2-degree washout over the entire wing, but then I didn't click and made the flight controls flat, the flaps and ailerons. So that means that the washout is not in the ailerons, which is a bit of a bother because, I mean, it'll fly like that, but it's a bit of a pain. So I've got to rebuild those. Well, not rebuild, I just tweak them. So I can take this trailing edge out, and then maybe take a few of these rivets out up here, and then I'll be able to retweak those ailerons so that they'll have washout as well. And then they'll, so that's my major job that I want to do. The flaps, I reckon I can do adjustments on and bring that in. But yeah, the ailerons, that'll be my major job next to do. There's a little bit of mucking around there, but I reckon I've got a bit of an idea on what to do there. Another little issue I had with the aileron system is this bell crank down here has too much flex in it. See that little flex there? So that's a bit of a bother. We need to fix that. Again, that one actually surprised me a little bit. Once everything was connected up, there must be a little bit extra load in there that I didn't know about. But anyway, I'll be able to stiffen all of that area up. So I'll take all this out and then make a bigger plate here and all of that sort of stuff. I've got a bit of an idea on what to do there as well. Yeah, but that one surprised me a little bit, that one. But yeah, I'll go through and make sure all of the bearings are actually working properly and all of that sort of stuff, but that's another thing. While we're in the cockpit, the other day when we did the engine run, everything went beautifully except for the RPM wasn't very flash. It was sort of reading 1,000 RPM and not really accurate, and the oil temperature didn't work. So, but I had good oil pressure and it went down when it warmed up and all that sort of stuff, so that's cool. If anyone knows how to hook up an electronic RPM to magnetos, like the VDO ones, that would be, a little bit of insight there would be wonderful. Not quite, it's my fault. I've connected it up to the P lead or something like that. It's just not working properly. So a little bit more insight onto that would be nice. This one, I'm just gonna see whether the actual thermocouple is actually working, or the temp probe, or something like that. But anyway, a little bit of mucking around there. But apart from that, the engine ran sweet as a nut, so I'm happy with that. Like a sewing machine. It was awesome. I've got my brakes back. So these are master cylinders out of a Mooney, and I got them because they were rusty on the shaft here, and they were leaking. So now we've got that redone, and hopefully they won't leak now. So again, they're not designed to do what I'm doing to them. These are designed to stand up behind the rudder pedal and work as a pedal. But these are actually lying down in the floor, and my heel pushes against here as the brakes. So I've got to put them back in and bleed them out and see how they go this time. I've also got some steering for the tail wheel to the rudder to put in. You don't really need that connected up, but I've got so much extra new going on with this aircraft, a little bit easier to taxi around would be nice, just until I get the hang of it. In the last video, there was a heap of comments about the size of Frankenstein's tyres and how bush wheels would make it look way cooler, and I completely agree. Just didn't have any, you know. It's one of those things that you really need to save up for and work towards, you know. But I don't know if you've been watching this video, and in the background we've got a little surprise. Here they are. Huh? 26 inches, here they come. Oh man, that's gonna look so cool, huh? Oh, I am so excited. Yes. A little bit of work. I just want to make sure that when I swap these tyres over, that nothing in here snags and rubs or anything like that, like the brake calipers and all that. But you don't realise how much of a difference there really is until you do that, hey? But oh boy, how's that gonna look, huh? That's just, yes. Looks like I've got a little bit of a fuel leak going on here with all the greenness. So I'm guessing it's coming from out of here because it's going all the way down. So it's like, yuck. Need to clean that up. So that's on my to-do list. We'll have to pull this thing back out and re-seal it as it goes in on the install. So I'll probably put it in wet with some goop, and that should fix that. I may as well do the other side while I'm at it, just to make sure. I've got to take the fuel tank skins off anyway to fit the fuel gauges, well, the push-pull cables that'll go onto the little sender unit, which is underneath that bump there. While I'm at it, I may as well there's a little bit of a whoopee there, see that? Yuck. So we'll do something about that too and clean that up. So that's just a little bit of a rundown on some of the things I want to do and get squared away before I go flying. Still a few other things I need to do. I still like the crankshaft inspection that I need to do on this engine. So pull a little Welsh plug out of the front of the crank and have a look inside. A couple of other things we need to do as well, and a fuel cal as well. That'll be the next thing. So there's still plenty to do before it's really ready to fly. I'm in no rush to get flying. I'd love to go flying right now, but there's so many things we need to square away, and I'm not going to go until I'm happy. It's been 10 years, a couple more months. It's not going to hurt anybody. So patience and perseverance, and we'll get there.